Uh, Hello, everybody. Did you hear?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I don't know. I ain't never scared the crap out of me.
I was like, what the hell? Okay. All right, go ahead.
We're gonna stop. I'm gonna keep that in. That was
Yeah,
that was too
I
good.
hope everybody else heard it because that scared the shit
Man.
out of me.
But thank you for listening to Mindset in the Morning. I'm your host, Corey Dion Lewis. I got the other co-host here, Robert Dion Taylor, here to get you going in the right direction every day, all day.
I like
Taylor,
the right
man.
direction. Good job. Right direction. Yes.
Right direction. Man. How you do? How you doing, brother? How you doing? How was first of all? How was your I see you dropping bars at conferences and giving game and inspiring people. How was that,
Right.
man?
You know what? That was really, really cool. The person that ran the conference noticed I was getting off script and I just didn't give a shit. I just kept going because sometimes when you just feel something in your heart, you just go.
Just go. Yep.
And I got so many requests from my phone number, so many hits on my Instagram, so many hits on my LinkedIn about other technologists or other entrepreneurs out there that are technologists that are in sleep, that I lit a fire underneath them. I got them. What the guy said, you motivated as fuck is what they said. Sorry,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. But just lit a fire in them. Kind of told them about, a little bit about my life and why. And I think the message I really wanted to portray to them is, don't be a gear, be the gear. Right. So when I say that, I'm like, be the driving force, be the reason why the company you're at is good. Okay. And when you're the gear, all other gears connect to you. All other gears are your network. Right. Continue to use that. But find your passion, find what you want to do, and go for it. Don't think too much about, man, I can't afford it. This costs this much money. This was strip it down. What can you do realistically right now? Right now, with your budget, with what you're doing, to at least start the first step. And that was pretty much the gist of my speech. And man, it was pretty awesome. I always tell people I'm a live act. I'm a live show. So doing it virtually was, it was pretty cool. It was Zoom, so I could see the people and this and that, yada yada yada. But yeah, after my presentation was over, and I was like, any questions? And I sat there for a second, and I was like, shit, I think I bombed it. And ding, 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 ding. So I was just like, oh, sweet, okay, good. So I was basically the last, next to the last one. So at that point, everybody's just like, shit, I just want my credits. Let's get the hell out of here.
Give me my CEUs.
Right. So the fact that I got a lot of people's attention was actually pretty cool. So it was great. Hopefully I can do it again. And hopefully next time live so I can like get in people's faces.
Right. Man, it's something about live, man. I did a live speaking engagement a few weeks ago, man, and it's something different about it. It's just the energy is like you start off. I know me. I started off really nervous, and then I hit a joke, boom, and you can tell people starting to like relax and they're listening, they're engaged. It's like, okay, cool. So then you start getting into you start getting into your bag and start getting to work, and it just feels so good. It's a lot different than virtual.
Kind of like how you do it on the show at first, where you just start off all proper and then you start dropping S-bombs and stuff.
Yeah. For real. I mean, I hosted a virtual event. This was months ago for this pitch competition, and I'm just talking, and it was for these college kids, so they all have their either have their screen off or muted. They ain't paying no attention, but so at some point I'm like, oh man, they don't even care about what I'm saying, because I'm hosting, and then in between each pitch, like I'm just kind of talking, because like the next team is getting their stuff together, and I'm just like, and the guests who were voting on the pitches, they were getting their votes in, so I'm just kind of talking, and I'm like, oh, this is lame, right? So I'm like, man, I'm same thing. I'm bombing this. They don't even care what I'm doing. And then after, same thing, emails. Hey, you did such a great job. Can you host again? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I was doing, but that you don't get that instant feedback from somebody from a Zoom, which is odd.
Yeah, because I like to see head nods and like,
yeah,
I like to like, and sometimes I like to ask questions too, to where I don't know about you, but I do better without a script. I do better with just walk in and just talk. Okay, fine. I have no idea exactly what I'm going to talk about, but I go by feel. So, you know, my first thing is always introduce myself. Maybe, I don't know, I always have a lot of jokes. I don't know. And then just go by feel as to, you know, what do they think the future is going to be? What do you want out of life? What do you want here? What do you want there? And then I just go from there. Anytime I do a script, that's what makes me nervous.
It comes out, yes.
That's what gets me. Yeah,
it does. And I get having some kind of organization, having some kind of flow.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a theme in my head, so it's like, hey, motivate somebody, right? Mm-hmm. That's, hey, we just want you to go out there and get people amped up.
Right.
If I can have a story, I can think about, okay, I have the story. Oh, that's a dope story. It's kind of funny, but it has a good message. Mm-hmm. But I could tell the story and just go to work, right? Like I flow off of the story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I can go to work and I can have those nuggets within the story.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if I have to do something educational, right? Like if I'm talking about behavior change or something with in my profession,
right?
It's awful. It's awful.
I got an educational seminar coming up. Actually, tomorrow I got for the wellness company. I'm doing that tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I'm like, I've been rehearsing it a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like I was supposed to do like a year ago. I was going to do an intro to health coaching course. I even reached out to people on LinkedIn, but hey, I'm thinking about doing this course. If I did it, would you buy it? They're like, heck yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. And then I start doing the stuff, and I'm like, this is just too dry for me. I kind of want to do it. But at the time, I was uncomfortable with and I'm getting to a point you made. This is why I'm telling the story too.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was just curious.
So I was getting to the point of doing it. I had, kind of what just intros, very surface, foundational stuff, nothing too crazy. And as I was going about doing it, I was like, man, so my mind, I needed specific equipment. I needed good lighting. I needed, because I wanted to create this course. I was going to sell it, you know what I mean? And but at the time, where the level that I was at and the quality that I could give, I didn't feel was there. And when you said something as we were talking about your speech about giving the quality at the level you're at, something like that. You said it's like something like you said something like that, right? Like giving the quality at the level you're at. And it had me, as you said that, I was kind of thinking about that time where I wanted to do that health coaching course. And talk about that more, about, because everybody's at different levels in life and in their business and in what they're doing, right?
Right.
But we can all get, and quality is relative to some people, you know what I mean? Like when, a few years ago, if I wanted to go to the barber, I had to try to find the cheapest barber I could who can give me the best quality for my money. And hey, bro, I got $5. You know what I'm saying? What I got?
Things cost $20 now, man. $20. Damn. Just shave it off. I just take it off myself.
Look, I pay $35 for my haircut.
What?
And I pay $25 for my son.
So you basically pay about $60 for some haircuts.
Yep.
You know what $60 can buy you? That's a lot of baloney.
Man, who you telling? But quality, bro. Like the quality. Right. I tell you, when me and my son get our haircut, you can't tell us shit. We walk out that barbershop like, man, slow motion music in the background. Turn my theme music up.
you need to do an Instagram reel after you leave the barbershop so we can all see this, because I'm dying to know how this feels, because I have not gone to a barbershop in years.
Right.
Obviously, I just let it go. It is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is.
I used to though, but no, that's very interesting that you say that, because a lot of people remember the movie Barbershop.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And I think what Cedric Entertainer said that your dad believed that, you know, a haircut could what was it, change the way someone feels or something like that or whatever. And that is actually true. Like, you know, for the first 10, 15 minutes,
yeah,
like hot shit, I bet.
Yep.
Hot shit.
Man, my son, he like, I holla at you, player. I'm like, what?
I'm like, I hope you pay his bills.
Yeah, but
like my
speak on when you say what level you're at, bringing that quality. You know, speak on that some more, because I feel like people like myself, and you know, feeling like when you're at a certain level and in your mind you want to bring a certain quality, but you can't, then you don't. Right? That was my problem. So speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, so I like to just keep things real and be realistic, I think, when I talk to people, to where, you know, like, here's my problem with motivational speakers. Half of them have never been broke. Half of them haven't. Like, and that's like the God's honest truth. Some of them have, right? And those I really respect. You can really drive something from them. But others who have never had a bologna sandwich or ever had a mayonnaise sandwich or any type of sandwich that you can't put meat on because you can't afford it. Right. And everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? Never had that experience. So what motivation are you going to give me? I think the beautiful thing about where I'm at in my life right now is I'm realizing more and more that just telling people exactly, you know, my story and things of that nature and how to do certain things, and still currently doing them, shows them that you can do it too. I'm nobody special, right? It's like, I'm not the millionaire yet. I don't have a jet or this or that. I'm no one special. I was just like you. I was in the, you know, sitting down there just like you, looking for ideas. I was just like you, frustrated with my job because I felt like I knew more than my boss. I was just like you, wanted to do more, but didn't know where to start. I was just like you, but unlike you, I didn't have someone that would literally be in front of me and give me advice and tell me, hey, this is what your next step should be, right? You kind of have to figure it out on your own. But it's like what you mentioned. We all want everything to be perfect. We all want all the bells and whistles, and we think that that's how you build a business, to where you get everything all at once. No, you have to prove, at some point, you have to prove that what you're doing is a need and it works. Okay, once you do that, then you build on that. Okay, and then from there, then you add other things to get to eventually your end game of having all the bells and whistles. But with your budget, with your time, and with the effort that you could put into it, what can you do to make the next step, right? And if you don't have an answer for that, then that's where you need to start. Because everybody seems to think, okay, first things first, I need money. No, you need a damn plan.
Right. Man, for real.
You need a business plan first. First foremost, business plan. Who's your clientele going to be? What is the need? What can you offer? Why do you feel this is going to work? And then prove it. When I first started, I did a lot of free studies, a lot of free evaluations, a lot of free things just to help friends and family, right? To see how easy the process was, to help them, to get them to believe. And then once I realized, hey, it's working, I'm helping them, but also I use them to work out kinks, to work out, okay, this isn't working, I don't like that, I'm gonna switch it with this and this and this, until when I finally got my first real patient, I was ready. And then after that, it just kept going. It just snowballed to where, okay, I can add this and add that. So have a plan. First and foremost, have a plan. Let the money be the last thing you worry about. Because if money is the first thing you worry about, you're never going to move. Because you're going to be stuck figuring out, how can I get 100,000? How can I get 85,000? How can I get 90,000? When realistically, probably doing one aspect of what you do just to start making a profit may cost you about $500, and you probably have $500. So go ahead and go for it. Don't let, just your mindset has to be reversed, I feel. And I think everybody focuses on the end game instead of how to actually build the product.
Right. And also I feel like people focus on, and I say people, because I mostly in this podcast, I'm talking about myself in the mindset shift that I had to make to where I was, where I am now. Right. So when I say people, I'm talking about me, but I feel like there are people who feel this way as well.
Right.
I think that people forget that the quality is in the actual work, right? So it doesn't matter what kind of mic I have if the quality of the podcast is good, as far as what we're talking about, the information that I'm giving, the strategies and tools that people can take, and they're getting good lessons and they're learning something from it. That's the quality, right? When you're first starting out, that's all you got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you better come with the best. Like when I first start coaching people online, you gotta come with it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Or you gotta get results. Then as you get results and you get more money, then you can upgrade the materialistic things around the quality that you bring. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where I had to get to. And once I realized that aspect of it, it doesn't matter what my background looks like right now. It doesn't matter what kind of mic I have or am I using equalizers or all this other crap that people use in podcasting. It doesn't matter. Am I giving great interviews that people are listening to and learning from? If I have whack equipment in a whack podcast, then I'm done, right? But if I have whack equipment and a great podcast, hey, then you keep going or whatever. I'm just talking about podcasting. That's what I do. But anything, if you couldn't help somebody, you know what I'm saying, with improving their sleep, it doesn't matter if you have a building or not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
So there's a difference between the level you're at with the resources you have and the level you're at with your knowledge and expertise.
Right.
And that's where I had to get to, like, hey, I'm nice with it. Like I had said to myself, hey, I'm nice with it. Yeah. So it'll come. Like,
Corey, stop hitting the microphone.
Hey, I hit
you just beating the shit out of this thing.
Right. I'm talking, my hands is going.
I was like, he gonna hit it again. I'm nice with it. You know what I'm saying? That shit out of
here. Right. It's time for a new mic, man.
It still works. It still works.
I'm still at this level.
Yeah. I still got mine right here. I'm not changing this thing out until I actually need to. So I just don't hit mine like you abuse your microphone. Mine just sit there. So nobody, I don't slap mine around. I'm not an abusive man. I'm not violent.
I'm not violent.
Corey, on the other hand, when Corey get that, when Corey gets some of that yak in his system.
Oh God, here you go.
When Corey
You've been talking about this yak, man, for the past 4 episodes. I ain't seen not a man drop.
Every episode I'll be mentioning Jack until I actually have some on the show. Okay, look, I promise next time. With the days and weeks I've been having, I'm gonna have some Jack next time.
Man, from what from the trials and tribulations, some yak do some good.
Yes.
Here's my thing, and that wasn't even the topic of today's discussion. That you said something and it sparked that conversation. I felt like people needed to hear that, right?
Okay.
Quality, your level. There's levels to this. Your quality of work always needs to be high,
right?
But you got to be at your level with everything else, and that's okay.
Right.
But go ahead.
There was one thing that so a long time ago.
Yes.
Like a lot of people don't. I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to rock music, rap, a little bit, R&B, all kinds of stuff. I went to a concert. I've seen this band play a few times, right? And the guy's voice sucks. He does not have a good voice. It's absolutely horrible, right? But yet he captivates the audience.
He puts on a show.
They have a good following. Everybody shows up. So like after the show, I talked to him. I was like, hey man, you ever get nervous being up there, singing and this and that? It's like, no, my voice sucks. I know it. He's like, but it's not about that. He's like, it's about the message that I'm conveying with the voice that I actually have. People feed on the message and yes, the show more than just listening to, wow, whether you have a great voice or not, because nobody's voice is perfect. Right? So, guitar may be out of tune or this and that, but lyrically, if you listen to the words that this man is saying, that's what's actually captivating. And that, like, his lyrics are actually really, really good and strong, but his voice was just god awful. But yet people still gravitated towards it.
But you can also feel if someone really feels those lyrics. Like,
thank you.
If you're taking it back to church, you hear somebody singing at church and they're singing off key and loud, and but they are singing like every word they're feeling that, and you can feel it too. You don't care how off key they are, you feel that message.
Not if you go to a black church though, everybody's singing. I don't know where they find these people at black churches. Everybody can sing and everybody won't they share. You better give everybody a solo.
Man, who are you telling?
I honestly, like, I think at my grandma's funeral, that's what broke me down a lot. When he started preaching, the homecoming, and then he started singing, and man, the dude had a good, strong voice, and that just lost it.
But not only was the voice good, but you can tell from the tone and how it hit you. He meant every word of that song.
Yeah,
he wasn't just singing it. He just wasn't singing words. You know what I'm saying? He meant that. He believed that. And I feel like you can. That's the difference between someone can really suck at singing, and if you can feel their message, you like, man, homeboy can sing.
Yeah,
he could be awful.
Yeah, he ain't the next Luther, but he all right.
He all right. My book.
If I pay a lot of attention to the lyrics, to the words of the song, first and foremost, before I even pay attention to how a person sounds. So lyrically, it's just like, damn, that really resonates. So I can tolerate everything.
Exactly. And even to kind of bring it back to the discussion, and where you're at in your level, if in the beginning, all you got is your heart and your love for what you're trying to do. If your heart isn't in it, like if you didn't care about how somebody slept, would you be where you're at right now? You know what I'm saying? If someone in a helping profession, like a social worker or a therapist, you know what I mean? Like if they didn't really care for that work, you're going to know by how well they're treating their clients,
right?
How well they're doing. You know what I mean? And some in the beginning, when I was a young health coach, I got away with being an awful health coach just because my clients, straight up, technically, like I mean fresh out of college, very first health coaching gig. If you were to listen to a lot of those first sessions, it wasn't technically good, but I have a great ability of building rapport with people. So the people that I was working with really enjoyed working with me. So they really wanted to work hard and they really wanted to talk to me.
Right.
But technically, if you listen, man, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, but I was in the conversation. I really wanted them to win. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted them to make that change. So you can really tell when someone's really in their field, when they're really in it, and they really want it by all means necessary. You can tell that. You can tell.
Yeah, I believe it. Definitely believe it. Definitely. I think that's one good like one of my main good qualities, that people can tell that I'm genuine about something. Like you can tell I have a hard time hiding I'm not gonna smile at you if I'm pissed at you. I'm not that guy. If I don't like you, I kind of make it a point to say, hey, come here for a second. I don't like you. All right, go back over there. Thank you. Problem solved. Just for no reason whatsoever. Like people need to do that more often. I'm so women are the worst at this, and I don't understand. I know I'm getting off key, but women are the worst at this. I will never understand how y'all can literally be bashing a woman. Oh, look at her hair. Oh my God. Just hey girl.
Hey girl.
Hey. I'm like, what the? If it's a dude, I'm like, hey, don't bring that ass over here.
Don't bring that over here, bro.
Don't do it. Don't do
like
it.
We don't gotta even have words. Like, I know where you stay, I know where I stay.
I'm gonna give you a head nod. I'll just be like, all right, what's up, man? That's it.
Stay over there.
That's it. Yeah. Don't come over here. Don't come over here. I don't like you. I don't like you, man. Yeah.
But this is, as we had, as we always do, 2 episodes in one. This is where I wanted to go with this episode. There now.
I want to say something that's really important. And I know this wasn't, this is probably a third part to this episode, but I think I need to say this. My grandma went to a church for 71 years, 71 years straight. Didn't miss a damn day, whether she was sick,
right,
tired, snow, which it doesn't snow in Texas, but rain, too hot. She didn't make an excuse. She was there Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Friday. If he had something on Tuesday, she was there religiously.
Right. Okay.
The pastor disrespected a member of the congregation in front of everybody. 71 years ago into this man, listening to his word, and listening at 71 years, he disrespected a member of the congregation. My grandma told him right after the service, hey, come to the house, I need to talk to you. He came to the house, she told him, do that again, there's going to be consequences for what you do. He did it again. He doubled down. He disrespected the same person again in front of everybody. 71 years. She went to another church. Found another pastor. The pastor that performed at her funeral was the new one. The old pastor was there too. But the new one that she found, she said, when she walked in and heard maybe 2 or 3 words from him, she looked at my uncle and said, this is the place for my heart. Right? So the moral to that story is sometimes doing what's right. Is it going to be popular? Is it going to be liked? Is it going to give you praise? But if you strongly believe in something, if your heart tells you to do something, and you know, especially when it comes to faith, don't waver, right? Like, because think about it. What example are you setting for other people that are watching you? What example are you setting for your kid, to where if you cave just because everybody wants you to, right? But you know in your heart, you know deep in your heart, this doesn't feel right to you, it's wrong, but you do it anyway. What example are you setting for your son or your daughter?
Right.
When I heard that about my grandma, it was just like, because I was going through some things at that time too.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one thing that I always thought about. And I always thought about that. I'm just like, she did what she felt was right in her heart. Now, she gave him a chance to repent, to bring it back a notch, to basically not do it again. He doubled down and did it again. So she had to do what she had to do. So my moral of that entire thing is do what's right, don't do what's liked.
Right. Because and stand by it. And those people, I feel like, going through this journey and in entrepreneurship and really going through it, right? Like not just faking the funk, not saying, I'm an entrepreneur on LinkedIn, like really going through it.
Right.
There's going to be times where those people in your life don't get it, right? Like they also don't understand it. Mm-hmm. They can't understand because they're not entrepreneurs themselves. Mm-hmm. So when we say, hey, in my gut, this is what I want to do, or in my gut, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Right. They're not going to understand that because they are not they're not entrepreneurs.
Right.
Right. They're just not. They work for a living. And look, I work for a living too. I'm on both sides of this thing. So, you know, I get that, you know, people find comfort in their 9 to 5 and the way they do things and the people they're around. And this is how it's always been. And now you have this stranger talking about entrepreneurship and why are you going to do all that? And, and hey, I get it because, you know, but when I sat down with my wife and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what it's going to be. And there's going to be times where maybe I'm up later. There's going to be times where I say I'm going to be done at 6 o'clock and I'm not going to be done until 7. But this is what it is. And in my gut, this is what's going to be.
Yeah.
And she has to accept that. You know what I mean? Like she may not like it. You know what I mean? She may not like it.
Right.
But there's things that you just have to accept when you're going through this, journey, right?
Right.
And as an entrepreneur, especially in the beginning, or when you like yourself, when you clock in, when you wake up,
right, and
you don't clock out until when you go to sleep, and when you go to sleep, that's when die. You know, like, you know, man, you're clocked in, bro.
Yeah,
and, you know, there's no safety net. You know what I'm saying? Like you're clocked in, right? Yeah. Like that's a whole different monster, right? It's a whole different thing. Like it's all on you, right? So I think people need to understand when you have that mentality of, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, I run this is how I do it. Your gut is what you have. That's all you have, right? Your gut feeling. You're going off gut. Out of your whole day, what percentage is based off of gut feelings?
Truth. Most of it, to be quite honest.
You see what I'm saying? Like you're going off a gut feeling, and you have to trust that, right? Like if you have a gut feeling, you got to trust what your gut says. And as an entrepreneur, you got to use all of your senses, right? You don't got a safety net. So your gut is your spidey sense. So I'm gonna trust that gut before I trust somebody who has a safety net, right? That myself included. I have a safety net. If this podcast thing don't work out or this healthy project thing doesn't work out, I have a safety net, right? So like my spidey sense may be a little off at times. It just is what it is. But when someone, hey, there's no safety net, and you're like, hey, something ain't right about this, right? You may want to listen and take that advice. I feel like entrepreneurs are some of the best mentors. Even though the best mentor I ever had was not an entrepreneur, I feel like entrepreneurs could be probably some of the best mentors young men could have.
I believe it. No, I definitely believe it. I love everything that you basically just said, and I don't even know if I have anything to add to it. No, I just, I mentioned earlier, man, and it's just, look, if the mindset of an owner and the mindset of a 9 to 5, you can't even compare the two.
It's different.
You can't. You really can't, because as what I said earlier, 9 to 5, you get paid hourly, you get paid a salary. You may wake up, I don't feel like doing this shit today.
Right. Or even your body's different when you're 9 to 5. Look, when I I don't even know if I told this story.
Oh, please do.
So when I worked for the first corporate wellness company I worked for, right? The writing was on the wall that they were going to shut down the Des Moines office because they just got bought by a bigger company, right? So they weren't telling us that. They were like, you know what? We're going to be working from home. We're cutting costs here. Like everything's good. And I'm like, Right. So
you're like, yeah, you full of shit.
Yeah. At the time, look, I had just moved into my new home where I told you before we couldn't afford. I had 2 kids, right? And in my mind, I'm about to lose my job. So I'm looking. Like I'm like, man, I gotta find something. My brother-in-law was like, hey, you're very personable. You like talking to people. Why don't you, get into insurance? And I was like, I look at well, yeah, I could. Something quick I can get into, right away. Right. So I became an insurance agent. Quit my job, insurance, small business owner, insurance agent. Now, for the first, I want to say 4 months, it was cool because if I made if I got 4 clients, I got an extra $4,000 because when you, that's how they treated you when you were a new agent.
Right.
But I wanted more piece of that pie, as you can say, because it just wasn't like, man, I'm doing decent, but I want more piece of the pie. So I went independent. Now, independent, you're not getting a bonus.
Right.
It's just straight commission. So I could have signed up 8 people in 1 month, and that check was like $500 because it's just commission. So
there you go.
It's just commission, and the hustle was different. So what I'm trying to say is, in my body, once it hit 5 o'clock, I started just want to sit back, relax, watch a little bit of TV.
Right.
In my mind, I'm like, I gotta start calling people. I can't sit down, but like my body wanted to. Like, bro, like it's the end of the day. But it's like I can't. I knew in my mind, you can't clock out right now. But like you're so used to being like, all right, clock in, I do my work for about an hour. I get on Facebook. So it's popping over here at Facebook. All right, nothing over here for about 3 hours.
Right.
Get back to work.
Thank you. That bullshit.
Yep. Messages. You clock out.
Yeah.
You clock out of work, and you're like, man, I had a long day. Woo. All right, but you don't know a long day until your life depends on it.
Thank you. So them bills about to be cut off. Ooh. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
When you get up early, and you in insurance, if it wasn't for me, I respect anybody that does that independent hustle. I know some really good ones. I learned a lot about business through that experience. I did it for 8 months, and I found my gig at as back at health coaching, and I was still doing health coaching on the side, but nothing crazy. But man, as soon as I got that opportunity to get into a clinical setting, I was out of there. I'm like, peace, no more.
It served its purpose. So
it did. It served its purpose, and it was. I learned. In that 8 months. That 8 months was, man. I got a business degree out of the 8 months. I learned so much, even though I hated it. I learned so much how to deal with people, what owning a small business really means, and it's stressful, like the anxiety. Like every moment, like I gotta make something happen. If I'm not doing something right now, like it's like I can't be sitting still. I gotta be doing something. You know what I mean? Like something productive. If I'm not calling somebody, I gotta be meeting with somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't calling somebody or meeting with somebody, I'm like, dang, I'm like, then you get it was depressing. Like, man, I'm sitting here seeing my son who's in preschool. I'm like, man, I got paid for preschool. Like there's a lot on your shoulders when you have no safety net, and you know it, right? But at the same time, you're a beast and you know it, right? So it's crazy because it's like, man, there ain't no safety net. It's stressful, but I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a certain person, because some people will be like, oh man, it's hard. If it wasn't for the fact that my heart wasn't in it, and I had to, like, health coaching was where I had to take that. Mm-hmm. That detour was put in place by God for me to go through, to learn, because before that, I was the hashtag hustle, hashtag grind, one doing the damn thing.
Right.
So God was like, oh yeah, let me drop that on you real quick.
There you
go. so then I really felt it like, ooh.
Yeah.
This is what hashtag hustle, hashtag grind feels like.
Yeah, because anybody can do a hashtag.
Yeah, anybody can do a
just
hashtag.
saying to people out there, anybody can write
anybody.
Positive messages and hashtag motivation, achievement, opportunity,
hashtag and late nights, early mornings.
And not be about none of that shit. Man, I had to get close to the microphone to say that. Don't talk about it.
But when you feel that,
yeah, I wake up every day motivated. Like whether I'm tired or fatigued or nothing, every day I'm going. Every day, it just I love being busy. Like it really, like my girl had asked me this the other day. I was like, do you feel like you're just stretching yourself too thin and just not enough hours in a day? And I'm like, no.
So how do you deal with that when your significant other or a friend or a family member doesn't understand your gut feeling or how you're feeling about what you're doing?
I try to be open-minded because you don't want to be I don't want to, you don't want to be labeled selfish as a business owner. You know what I mean? To where it's all about, all about you and realistically, mindset wise, we're grinding for our families. Right. Like that's what we want to convey. We're doing all this so that my son's good, so that, she's good, so that Bill, we can do whatever we want, and that's the whole mindset behind it. And when people don't really understand that, you take it with a grain of salt, to be quite honest. I'm not gonna lie, it does piss me off sometimes, mainly because you really don't understand. Number one, you don't understand where I've came from. Like, to be like, when people talk about it's not about money, it's not always about money and this and that. Try not having any. Try being raised to not having any. Try being raised where the hot water is cut off and you're taking cold showers.
I feel like we gotta have a healthier relationship with money. Like this whole thing of like money isn't everything. Like I get it. I get where people are going at. Yeah. But money doesn't control. We gotta have a healthy relationship with our money, because money is important.
Yes. Thank you.
Like money
that's all I want people to admit, that it is important. I get tired of this, money and everything, material things and material. Try not having any.
Right. And not, like everybody's goal should be to get to the point to where you're financially stable enough to where you can help somebody and not expect anything back. Right. That's where you need to be. And you need money to get there. Mm-hmm. Right.
Those groceries cost money.
Groceries cost money. You know what I mean? And I've had those people in my life that have done great things for me, and like no care in the world.
That poor microphone, man. I'm gonna send you another one, because this ain't right. That damn thing, golly, I've never seen you hit that damn thing as much. You didn't do that the last
you got me all geeked right now, man.
You over here just
motivational Lou right now, bro.
Just put your hands up in the air. So
I gotta talk like this. What happens is when you grind it.
Golly, you want everybody to be on your side. Realistically, everybody is not. And to be quite honest, I've always been used to it, to where but for me, it's always like, I don't look at it as being too negative. I look at it and I make it as another chip on my shoulder, something else I have to prove. Like, look, I'm doing this, I'm working this hard, this and that. Yeah, you can do, but wait till I get this part, right? Like, just wait. And when it actually happens, and then you look back and it's like, wow, like you're doing really well and this and that. I'm like, yeah, despite your support.
Right. Yeah.
So it's, I don't take things personal. I let anything and everything motivate me. But realistically, you want those that are closest to you, that know your struggle and know how hard you work, to be on your side. But the world isn't perfect. And honestly, if they've never gone through it, or if they have a 9 to 5, or they don't understand an owner's mindset, it's not my responsibility to teach them about it.
Right. And I think I said this in a text message to you, and I don't think it wasn't even geared towards anything like this, but I don't try to get them to get people to understand things they don't understand, because it's just not productive. Like there's no point.
I remember that. And that was a really good text message. And I can't remember why you sent it to me.
Yeah, I forgot what the point was.
Right.
But but it goes along with this as well. Like,
right.
There are some people that just are not going to understand you, whether it's because of what you choose to do with your life, with your work,
right,
where you are in your life, where you live, what you drive. There are some people who just aren't going to get it, and it is not my job to get you to get it. It is unproductive. Right. So I'm just gonna nod at you and be like, I feel you. Move on, bro. Because I'm not gonna waste my time.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just not gonna waste my time.
Exactly. Why? I don't know. Sometimes I'll just play dumb. Why do you have to do that? I don't know. I don't know why I have to do it. I don't know what to tell you. But that's, I remember you sent me that. That was awesome, because I was feeling some type of way that day. And then when you sent that to me, I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, man. It's because it's only driving you crazy, because people don't understand.
Yeah.
Right. It's
they ain't worried. They're not stressed out about it, but no. I am. You know what I mean? So it's just like, when I saw that, I was like, damn, you know what?
Right. Think of it this way. You're a business owner, right? Right. Yes. So think of it as terms of what is your time worth? Right. So like by the hour, what is your time worth? Right. I'm assuming it's a whole lot. So why waste your time thinking about what someone else thinks, that you're not going to change their mind with what you say? Now, your actions over time, they may then get it. That's when I'll talk to you. But in the meantime, it's unproductive. So I'm just going to move on. I'm going to do what I do. Hey, I feel you. Hey, love, bless. I'll holler at you. I'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, but this is why.
Right. Yeah.
Like, no.
No, I'll be respectful, but
always be respectful.
I'm just like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yep. Flat out.
I say that in my head though. I don't say it out loud. Just want everybody to know that in my head, there's a look I give that where people know that's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, I have to look at myself and do it. I don't know if I can do it because I'll laugh. Just like, yeah. Whenever I do that look, that's basically my, you can go fuck yourself look.
Oh man. Well, hey, this is what I learned on this. This is on this 3-part episode.
Yeah. Hey, we keep going, you have a 4th, but we gotta stop it. So
I know it. There, what I learned was there's different levels to quality. Right. When you're at the beginning, when you're starting from the bottom, your quality is not in the materials you have, is in what you're offering to the people. Right. Right. As an entrepreneur, you got to trust your gut, flat out. Right. Because your gut, and look, you gotta trust your gut enough to where if you're wrong, you're okay with it. It's like, because sometimes your gut could be wrong. You like, hey, this one time I was wrong and I'm okay with it. The next time I have a gut feeling, I'm gonna go with that too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So point blank period.
Hey, I got a question for you though.
Yes.
Do you have a go fuck yourself look? Do
I have one?
Yeah. Like if you were okay, give the people because I just showed them mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to see what yours looks like.
So I'm like, so say someone's like, hey, they holler, they talk outside their mouth. I'm like, all right. See you later.
Yours is you did the wing. You did the do you all right. Yeah, man. Hey, I should do that. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Go. Yeah. I was not expecting that. I need to work on mine there because mine.
You got some get in the mirror, man. Figure it out.
Yours is a bit incognito to where I wouldn't have even. I would have thought you just made me feel like, yeah, he understood what I said. Yeah. Me, I'm just like,
yeah. See, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like I understand all that.
Okay, so I need to work on it. I need to. Hold on, let me try. I'm gonna try one more time. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get my
character.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it's cool. I still look mad.
It was better.
Yeah,
it was more like sarcastic, man. Like, all right, yeah.
That's what it looked like. I suck at this shit. It's not gonna work.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, what you don't suck at is business and getting it popping. So tell the people what's going on with your life.
Oh no, you go first. I learned my lesson. You go first.
Hey, as always, I just got one thing. I'm hyper focused on this because it's getting crunch time. www.betterselfbook.com. Go there. It's just a simple website where just give me your email, and then once the book is done, you will be the first to know. And I'm excited about that, man. I'm looking for September for it to come out. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so betterselfbook.com. Put in that email, be the first to know.
I'm reading it right now. This is a rough copy. Pretty good. Oh, snap. Okay, so obviously this is my boy. I always show support. H-Town Craft Sippers. Okay. All right. H-Town Craft Sippers is my best friend. He's doing really big things down there in Texas. Bottle exchanges, just talking about beer. Here's the funny thing about craft beer. I've never had a bad conversation with somebody while drinking craft beer. Craft beer is meant to be sipped, meant to be enjoyed, and meant to talk intellectually. So if you are around and you see my boy, this is his logo, all right, definitely give him a shout out. Show him some love on Instagram. He always has a lot of stuff to talk about as far as like beer goes. As far as like what I'm doing, well, let me tell you, Corey, what I'm doing. I have a okay, I really don't have much. I just got I have the wellness seminar speech I'm doing tomorrow, which is going to be pretty good. I'm still working on that one. I think I have an Instagram live July the 22nd, and I have the knowledgeable aging webinar that I'm doing, sleep, the correlation between sleep and pain on June the 3rd. The knowledgeable aging thing I can actually share once he actually sends it to me. The Instagram live I'm going to do is actually going to be posted on Instagram, so you guys can actually peep that out too. And I think that's basically about. I'm going to be doing a topless car wash for anybody that wants to. Yeah, I'm gonna be shirtless, washing some cars, tidy whities. You know what I'm saying? The old hand washed vehicles. I'm gonna take the time with it. It's a fun take the time with it. Okay, I ain't doing all that, but all the other stuff, yeah. So, but definitely, it's always good to support, local businesses, things of that nature. Anybody that's actually listening, if you have a friend or a family member that's trying to do great things, it's not sitting here saying you owe them anything to do it, but is there any harm in just giving them a little push? Absolutely. So let's all support each other. Let's all love each other, and let's all grow together.
Boom, man. That's wise words. That's a word. Well, hey, drop the mic.
I dropped the book. Stop beating.
Sorry. That was real extra. But
That was
everybody,
awesome. Yeah, good job.
thank you for listening. Hey, have a great day, everybody. This is your boy Corey Dion Lewis. We got Robert Dion Taylor in the building. We will holler at y'all next time. Make sure you leave a comment. Again, comment, questions. We love to answer them. It makes it easy for us to have at least a discussion or topic we could try to stick to for at least 15 minutes.
We ain't gonna do it.
Until next time, I holler at y'all.